things.
So did it start at footwear, or was it is it clobber first, footwear second, or which is it for you guys?
Footwear first for me. It was
Yeah.
footwear first, and then obviously when you start to get into footwear, the clothing definitely comes with it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But like we were lucky enough to go to like certain sample sales, because obviously when we were that age, we were in the reseller mind sort of thing, and we got we managed to get access to like a Stone Island sample sale, Maharishi sample sales from Young. So, and when you're young and you're buying them sort of clothes for so cheap, it always helps to like start building your wardrobe up and that.
But I think I was going to say as well, like surrounded by like Remy and stuff. I remember obviously because we'd go to the outlets every day. For obviously Thursday was always drop day for Supreme. Everyone on the phone at 11, like, oh, what we're gonna get, what are you gonna get? So it was like, we're obviously like in our brains just thinking, even if I can't cop anything that's worth money, I'll then try and buy something to almost look cool. So it's like, oh, what have I just bought? So it's just, mine kind of just stemmed from that, to be honest with you. I used to have a fair amount of Supreme, but then I just kind of like went to like Nike ACG was like my next favourite sort of phase, which I went to. But
and when you're getting it in an outlet for cheap,
cheap,
you can't say no, can you?
But yeah. And then
it's clothing. It definitely took me a couple extra years to get into the niche of clothing compared to trainers, because obviously when you're in the outlet every day you're seeing different trainers, whereas the clothing was never as good because you'd be buying more sportswear to sell rather than, we've seen ACG in there, we've seen, I don't know if you remember the Nike Italian label stuff, the knits, like that stuff were cool, but it just wasn't a thing that I'd wear at the time.
Yeah.
But the Stone Island sample sales were an eye-opener for sure. They were in London. The first time we went, we got loads of 2014 Stone Island Supreme collaboration stuff for 50% off the retail price.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this was 2018.
Yeah.
So it was 4 years old, brand new with tags, and it was 50% off the retail price. Do you remember the white knit with the reflective logo on the front?
Like them,
we
and
got
then
a couple of them.
We had like
bucket hats,
the heat reactive bucket hats, heat reactive caps.
Yeah.
Like Stoney Supreme jogger set, like as in like it had it all down Supreme in like reflective, like crews like that. And obviously, when we were going there, everyone else who was at this event, they were just obviously picking up on that.
For themselves.
Yeah, for themselves. So they were obviously just window shopping almost, and we were like running down like crazy lads, like thinking, get us a box.
So where did that mentality come from? Like, oh, there's money to be made here. Like,
to be fair,
how did that? When did that seed drop?
Every school's got that guy that sells sweets and chocolate in it.
Yeah.
That was me, mate.
Okay.
I've got a picture when I was like in year 7. I've got a picture. I've got like 30 cans of Coke behind me or whatever. It's quite a funny picture, but just ever since young, really, I've just been wanting to sell. And
the gram needs this picture, by the way. Is it on there?
Yeah. Well, I'll send it through to you. I'll send it. It's pretty embarrassing, but hustling from young.
Yeah. See, I was obviously more of a late bloomer in the hustle, but still 16, I was like starting to see money coming from shoes on eBay, and you're like, hang on, it's you sell 3, 4, 5 pairs in a day. You're like, that's a lot of money that's coming through.
Especially when you're 16.
Yeah.
I almost just sacked off college. I used to Skype lessons just so I could go to the outlet, because lessons would start at the same time the fucking outlet opened.
Yeah, we'd even sack it off.
You're better off going to the outlet. But we used to just see loads of crazy stuff.
And I think as well it helped because we were, say there's a group of like outlet sellers there. Obviously you essentially turn up and you're like looked at in a very weird way, like these guys are not going to start doing what we do. Soon then we got accepted a little bit, and then
people are defensive.
Yeah, we were the young lads,
and
then we started seeing them obviously rocking up with, say, nice clothes and a nice car or whatever it might be, and then you're thinking, if they're making this sort of money from reselling themselves at the same shop I am, what's stopping me from doing that? So then it just pushes.
Where do you think you got that drive, that spirit to make money early on from?
I don't even know, man. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just remember going to the Asda before school, buying 4 bars of chocolate for £1 and selling for 50p each. I bought a PS4 with my money that I sold sweets from school, and I was fucking buzzing with that.
So the reselling's always been a thing since young.
Yeah.
So to that end, you guys have never had a proper job, as you parents would call it.
You say that, whilst reselling, because you did reselling full time, obviously after college, finished college. Then I went to university in Birmingham. I went to basically study business of fashion, they had an outlet there, so I kind of knew that I could then
I love that.
make money on the side.
Gotta do it.
I love
You
that.
don't need to get into too much debt with your student loans. Yeah.
Well, exactly, because I'd literally go there like 3 times a week and then stock up on what I could, and then obviously in my room, like my tiny little box, just under my bed, just whatever it is, and then obviously walk to the post office and just kind of still run the business in that sense, and it would work. But
there's something there's something beautiful about that, like that level of like hustle.
Yeah.
I think it's lost on like quite a lot of people.
I don't. They don't do it.
Well,
you don't
they're not
see that
teaching
many.
you that at school.
No.
They're really
No,
not.
no.
They're not.
They try to stop you, because I remember selling sweets. I got caught in PE fucking handing out chocolate bars. Fucking got took to head office. You're not allowed to do that. It's unhealthy while they're selling whatever they're selling in canteen. But I still carried on selling sweets. You know what I mean? It's one of them.
But yeah, so obviously, I did my uni basically through COVID. Obviously, all that stuff. Stayed at home for the majority end of it basically, and then I did get a job at Asda in the head office, doing gardening. As in, I was a merchandiser for gardening. Obviously, great company. Enjoyed the people I work with, but I wasn't in it. You know what I mean? It's not something I want to do. Like
we moved in together, and he was working from home probably 4 out of 5 days. I remember just coming home and just him sat on the sofa with laptop open, not doing anything. I thought, right, let's do something that we like to do, because at the end of the day, the money that you were making from Asda and the money in COVID I started delivery driving, because as I was self-employed I was getting government grants, but I was just rotting away. I had to go do something, so I started delivery driving. So I did that, and I just said to him, look, we're living together now. We can carry on making this shit wage doing what we're doing, or we can sacrifice 6 months and hopefully build something together that can, in the long term, is going to make us money.
Yeah.
So he quit his job, I quit my job, and then ever since then we've just fully gone for it and like lived off savings sort of thing.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a penny for quite a long time, but it's one of them, innit? You got to sacrifice. You do, especially when we don't have much.
It's all about the long game.
But we this obviously wasn't just like a overnight thought, as in, say when I was still working and he was still working every night, obviously when we were out with the boys or whatever, we'd still, like, just me and him just be like, right, this is what we want to do. We want to do this, want to do that. Like, I remember when we went to the first Maharishi sample sale together, we were like, we're going to buy this, we're going to buy that, we're going to sell it here, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So it was all very much kind of thought out.
The strategy and plan.
Yeah, we always had a strategy and like who was going to do what part of the business, and we were going to do like,
If you look at through my voice recordings, there's voice recordings from 2 years ago talking about what we're doing today and notes, because I used to have an office for all my outlet stuff that I used to stock, because my mum got fed up of being it in the loft and the orange boxes marking the white walls or whatever have you. But and if that's ever happened to your white walls, olive oil is the trick.
Good.
Yeah,
tips.
I didn't know that.
Olive oil. It's just been sat in the office just talking a load of rubbish. But even now, because we live together, it's the only thing we talk about. It's
and
the
you
only
live
thing.
and breathe it.
And to be fair,
but that's the best way.
I think the good thing is about our personalities that we're both like impulsive, but we're also strategically impulsive. If that makes sense.
I'd definitely say I'm more impulsive.
He's more impulsive. I'm the guy that's like, let's just have a think.
Hold your horses.
You need that, don't you? You need that.
But I'm still not like, we should not do that. We're both like, right, if we're going to do it, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it does work very well as a partnership, and like I know his strengths, he knows my strengths, and I know his weaknesses, and vice versa.
I think it's better when there's two of you as well.
Yeah.
You're not constantly carrying all the weight on one set of shoulders.
Definitely.
Especially if you see like obviously the business, if you look at the Instagram, he's majority of, he does the voiceovers, he does the videos majority, because I'm not that arsed, to be honest with you. As in, like, I'm more than happy to sit behind the computer, do the boring stuff, as you would say, but I'm willing to do that because that's how the business will grow.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean?
When the two of you, it means you're going to show up for each other, right?
Yeah,
100%, man,
even,
100%.
like I say, that's how it works, so...
if you want to take a day off, someone making you accountable, saying, "Come on, we've got work to do."
Literally, that's how it works. So
we do live an identical life now. We do CrossFit, and it's like classes. So if I go to a class and he doesn't, I come home and like, you need to get to the gym, and he's like, fuck.
That's
like,
do
you know what I mean? So we go to the gym at the same time, we eat at the same time, we film at the same
So it's,
every holiday we go on, we're there together, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we are living and breathing it.
But some would say it's too much. You're like, do you have your space? But realistically, I don't want to do anything else. To be honest with you,
so your CrossFitting is your outlet from the day to day.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's when our minds switch off a little bit. Well, say that.
Yeah,
like
say that. It's hard work.
It's hard.
Doing a pull up like, he has a content idea.
Yeah.
No, it is a bit like that. To be fair.
To be fair, yeah. When like when we're doing workouts, whatever, you might actually get a random thought thinking, why not do this? And to be fair, when we've been at the gym, that's some of the times where we've received some really nice messages and stuff where it might be from brands that were like, oh, we'd love to work with them in the future, and then hang on, they've just messaged us. So it's like kind of a nice spot almost nice. Where
it is good
where we are, but yeah.